Like and subscribe right now, or you're gonna have terrible luck next week. Superhumans are things that humans created as a form of entertainment through comic books, films, action figures, and video games. A superhuman is a human who has abilities that a normal human doesn't have. These abilities can include the power of flight, super strength, teleportation, and many more. These superpowers typically happen because of some freak accident, or someone being born with unnatural DNA. In this video, you will see 10 humans who did something unexpecting. Here are the 10 humans with incredible skills caught on camera. Number 10. The man who can draw landscapes from memory. Born in 1974 and publishing his very own book by 1987, Stephen Wiltshire is far from an ordinary human being. He was born in London to immigrant parents and was diagnosed with autism at the age of 3. Until the age of 7, Wiltshire was mute. He uttered his first word after a teacher tried to get him to communicate with her for what he wanted. His first word was paper. Family, friends, and teachers soon recognized this young lad's astonishing skill. He could draw landscapes based on memory, and when Wiltshire was 8 years old, he received his first commissioned order, a sketch of Salisbury Cathedral for the former Prime Minister Edward Heath. Wiltshire has created several panoramic landscapes of cities he's only seen once via helicopter. His work has a surprising amount of accuracy. For example, after a brief 20-minute ride over Rome, the Wiltshire came back to compose a drawing with the correct number of columns on the Pantheon. Wiltshire has received numerous accolades in recognition of his work, but the greatest recognition he has received is from the minority community that views him as an inspiration. Before we move on, we've got a speed challenge for you. If you subscribe to Top 10 videos and hit the bell icon in the next 5 seconds, you'll win 10 years of incredible luck. Give it a shot, it actually works. Number 9. The woman who can't feel pain. If your back ages 10 times faster than you do, you'd be 22 with a backache for someone who's 72. But not all 72-year-olds are built the same. Some of them complain of their knees giving in every time they walk down the stairs, and some of them fall flat on their face onto a concrete slab, break a few teeth, a few bruises and cuts, and then get back up as nothing happened. Guess not many people fit into that latter category, but Joe Cameron does. The scientists conducted a few experiments and deduced that Cameron had an excess of anatomies, a substance that essentially numbed Cameron to pain, fear, and anxiety. Ever since their research went public, around 80 people have come forward announcing that they had the same mysterious condition as Joe Cameron. Joe's out there living her best life, and we couldn't be happier for her and a bit jealous. Number 8. The man with an internal thermostat. Wim Hof is an extreme athlete of Dutch origin. His extreme sport doesn't include guns, arrows, or anything else that's pointy, sharp, or seemingly dangerous. It's withstanding freezing cold temperatures like it's no big deal. Hof holds several world records for his incredible feats of staying immersed in ice-cold water, longest contact with ice, and running a marathon barefoot on ice. Safe to say, this man doesn't feel like it's time to turn up the thermostat at home. This mysterious human being doesn't want to keep his superpower a secret. Wim Hof advertises the Hof method, a collection of breathing exercises, meditation, and cold therapy to create somewhat of an internal thermostat. However, while the Hof method isn't outwardly disregarded by scientists, there have been several deaths owing to the method. Hof now adds a disclaimer for his fans and also made a few guideline adjustments. Better keep the extreme sports to the extreme athletes. Number 7. Battery Man. The human body can withstand anything below 50 volts of electricity, but that doesn't mean you should test your endurance. Slaviza, on the other hand, can withstand 20,000 volts with ease. You'd think the man's not being shocked to oblivion, but just has a little static shock because of his fuzzy socks. Serbian entertainer has been well known, well documented, and well received by people all across the globe. In 1983, Pajkev set a global record by withstanding 20,000 volts to his person with ease. In 2003, the entertainer set another record for generating enough electric current to heat a pot of water to near boiling temperature. Popularly known as the Battery Man, his Superman skill has been well documented, but not many people know how he got it. Guess the magic's in the mystery. Number 6. Magnetic Boy. To the world, Ivan Stoiljkovic might look like an ordinary 7-year-old kid without superpowers. However, Ivan is far from being an ordinary little boy. It all started when his grandparents were amused with how some metallic object was stuck to the toddler. They thought it'd be funny to try and attach another one onto him. However, to everyone's surprise, the metallic object stuck to his skin as if Ivan was magnetic. Ivan's family claims that the young boy can attach up to 55 pounds of metal onto his body. They've also claimed that Ivan has healing hands. Allegedly, the 7-year-old boy alleviated the stomach pain symptoms his grandfather was facing and helped aid in the recovery of a neighbor from a leg injury. Whether he's truly magnetic or not, Ivan sure is an adorable kid with a very supportive family. Number 5. The Man Who Never Sleeps. What's the longest you've ever gone without sleep a day? 2 days, stretch it out to 3, but that's about it. The human body needs to rest in order to function, it's common knowledge, but you'd be questioning your general knowledge too if you met Thai Ngoc. Ngoc, who hails from Vietnam, claims that after about a fever when he was in his 40s he lost the ability to sleep. This doesn't mean that he started to sleep less. He'd have stopped sleeping completely. A documentary showing a god going about his day, carrying 110 pounds of pig feed on his back, and doing just whatever you'd expect an average farmer to do. Only Ngoc didn't sleep and had no plans on falling asleep anytime soon. He was as alert as someone who'd slept the full 8 hours. His cognitive ability wasn't impaired, and he spoke without confusion. We don't know how Ngoc does it, but we certainly can't live without sleep. Number 4. The Strongest Toddler. In the world, if you were to bet on who could bench press more between a regular man and the 3-year-old boy, who'd you put your money on? Well, be prepared to dish out some cash, because Liam Hoekstra isn't an ordinary 3-year-old. Liam took his first steps at 5 months old. Could climb up and down the stairs before he was 1, and by the age of 1 could move furniture around. When images of this jacked up 3-year-old went viral online, doctors called him in. He was officially diagnosed with the myostatin mutation gene, an incredibly rare disorder with only one other known case in the world. Basically, the condition eliminates the gene required to inhibit muscle growth. Liam could have as many muscles as he wanted by the age of 4. He already has 40 more muscle mass than any other 4-year-old kid. Number 3. Mr. Eat. His diet since 1966 included 18 bicycles, 15 supermarket trolleys, 7 TV sets, 6 chandeliers, 2 beds, a pair of skis, and a computer. He is said to have provided the only example in history of a coffin ending up inside a man. We're not decorating an entire house. We're just listing things that Michael Lotito has consumed throughout his lifetime. And an entire aircraft too. Known popularly as Mr. Eats It All, Lotito was a French entertainer whose act often showcased him consuming the non-consumable. We're talking metals, plastics, rubbers, and anything you'd think wasn't fit for human consumption. However, this wasn't just an act. Lotito couldn't physically consume most foods, particularly soft foods such as bananas, cereals, and oatmeal. Doctors diagnosed the entertainer with having pica, is a rare condition in which someone displays an insatiable appetite for food that is otherwise not meant to be eaten. The doctors also realized that the Frenchman had an abnormally thick stomach and intestinal lining. This might have explained why Lotito could consume hard objects, but not soft ones. Perhaps his greatest feat, and for which he's most often remembered, was him consuming the Cessna 150. An entire aircraft which Lotito consumed over a period of 2 years, 1978 to 1980. Wonder how Michael Lotito would recycle. Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take me 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal: you just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribes button, and hit the notification bell, and you'll get 15 years of amazing luck. Try it, it really works. Number 2. Stretchiest Man Alive. It might take you a minute to recognize Javier Bardem at first. Come on, look at him a bit closer. Now imagine him with CGI and makeup, and boom. We have one of the most popular creature actors in horror films, from leading roles in Mama Conjuring and Crimson Peak. Motet has acted in several productions as a creature actor. What makes his act effortless is that it actually is effortless. At age 7, Boazet was diagnosed with Marfan syndrome, a condition marked with frail bones, slender figure, a tall physique, and hyperstretchable skin. However, has a milder form of the condition syndrome and is expected to enjoy a full, thrilling, and awe-gazing life. Number 1. The family with unbreakable bones. Your bones are bound to get weaker with age, or are they guided by a team of medical experts, researchers, and scientists at Yale University? A study is being undertaken on a family from Connecticut known for having unbreakable bones. Studies show that members of the family had a gene mutation that caused abnormally high bone density. Samples were taken from 20 members of the family and each one of them displayed similar characteristics. The family chose to remain unnamed, but scientists were hoping to unravel more about this mutation and hopefully explore options to aid in osteoporosis-related symptoms. Alright, comment down below if you too have a human superpower. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Press the bell icon for more upcoming videos.